Welcome everybody to my YouTube video. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create your own custom shirts using Photoshop, as well as where to get your own personal mockups and how to create those grainy effects on your shirts. The original video is over an hour long, so I will be making this in short form clips. This should make it very digestible for everybody watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Let's get started. Starting off, this is how I like to set up my workspace. So we're going to use 15 inches in width, 18 inches in height with a vertical orientation. Now that we've set up our workspace, this is what it's supposed to look like. We're supposed to have our tools on the left and our layers on the right. These are the mockups that we plan on using during our video. A black and white shirt. I'll show you how to get those later on in the video. Unsplash and Pexels. These two websites are very useful to anybody who is in the creative field. They have license-free images that you could use on any creative projects that you might have, from flyers, posters, shirts, anything you can think of that requires an image. Unsplash and Pexels are your friends. In this video, we'll be making a shirt for South Africa, so I'll be looking for a springbok. That is a South African national animal. Better quality images will require you to pay for them. As you can see, I was looking for images that showed the face of the animal, but as you can see, those did require us to pay. I did manage to find a couple pictures that we could use from Unsplash. I also found a couple pictures on Pexels that I wanted to use. Another great source would obviously be the internet. If you type in what you're looking for, obviously we're making a South African shirt, so I had to look for a South African flag. Their internet has really good free to use images out there. Like Wikipedia, for example. Wikipedia has images of flags and images of people or events or things of the like that you could use or take inspiration from. Of course, since we're making South African shirts, there's nothing that says South African like Nelson Mandela. So I needed images of him as well. Earlier in the video, I showed you mock-ups that we're going to use as the base for our shirts. This website offers a lot of free mock-ups, a lot of wholesale blanks. Here are the mock-ups that it offers, from shirts to pants to shorts to hats and everything. This right here is the creator of the website that offers all the mock-ups, all the blanks that you could use to create your own shirts. Again, we gotta give him his props for creating such a website. It's pretty useful for anybody who wants to create their own shirts, their own brands, or create their own mock-ups or designs for their shirts. Again, it's the brand Bible. You can get your own wholesale, blanks where you can print on and the likes. I like to organize my workspace in a way where I can keep track of everything. I also like to color coordinate everything. I'll have one for the background, one for shapes, one for texts, one for images, and one for logos. Now time for the actual tutorial. We're gonna create a solid gray color. Then we're gonna go to filter, go to camera raw filters, and we're gonna change the gain, size, and roughness of the static or the noise on the screen. This is how I set up for the designs for my shirts. Now, we're gonna give it a threshold, and then we're gonna create a color overlay. You can adjust the brightness levels on it, how dark and how bright you want it. Right now, we're gonna be using this image as our background. With images, another way to adjust its visibility is by going to images, pressing shadows and highlights, and playing with the slider, moving it left and right, seeing how you want it to look like, how visible or how much shadow you want it to have. That's how I set it up for mine. I wanted to see both springbok in the images. In this image, I wanted it to have a vignette around it so that it could look a lot more spherical than square. Then I erased the edges to make it a lot more round. This was using the erase tool. I want the image to look less solid. So for that, I go to the filter tool, blur option, gauge blur, and I adjust the slider a little bit, moving left and right, and this gives it those holes in my images. Okay, everybody, that is the first episode of this series. I will have to end it over here because the video is long. Please stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you in a bit, everybody.